Today is day 27. I'm reading from Genesis 43 through 45, and the plot thickens with this whole situation between the brothers meeting Joseph and Jacob, and the terrible situation that he is in. They are running out of food. Their father Jacob says, hey, you need to go back. They remind him that they cannot go back unless they take Benjamin. That just rips the inside of Jacob up. And so finally he's resistant, but he realizes there's no other option. And so he sends Benjamin with him. Upon arriving, Joseph sees Benjamin. And he prepares a feast at his home and gets everything situated. Their guilty conscience, I'm speaking about the brothers' guilty consciences, instills fear into their life because they're trying to figure out what in the world is going on. And are they about to reap the consequences of the deception that they have had for these many years? They bow down before Joseph, again, fulfilling the dream that he had 20 years earlier. Joseph asks for details about the old man, referring to his father. They tell him he is alive and he is well. Joseph is deeply moved upon seeing Benjamin and has to remove himself. He no longer constrain himself, and all of that emotion that's built up on the inside of him comes out, and he just weeps. Joseph plans a scheme that's somewhat confusing because we don't know exactly his motivation behind it. But, he plants his very own silver cup in the pack with Benjamin and sets up a plot so that they are overtaken and brought back and accused of stealing. And we don't know, again, whether Joseph is testing his brothers and their sincerity, or if he's wrestling with remaining lingering struggles of all these years of feeling rejected. But I lean towards the fact that he was merely testing their sincerity and the timing. So he lines up, he invites them back. Now think about this. He's lined up all of the brothers in the order of their birth. He gives to Benjamin 5 times the amount of food and as the other siblings. And maybe again it was a test by which to determine, is there still jealousy in the brothers? Are they okay with that? Joseph cannot take it anymore. He orders everyone out. He weeps and he wails so loudly that it's heard even there to Pharaoh's palace. So something happens as Judah speaks. And I want you to see this because this to me is remarkable. Judah begins to share, and there's a sincerity that comes out of his confession, out of what he's sharing here. He shows in many ways how God has humbled him over the years, because Judah's in the past has not been a very good person. He demonstrates repentance and regret, and this is the guy, remember, who originally wanted to kill Joseph. Go back and look and you'll see he wanted to kill Joseph. And then also this is the Judah that with the soiled relationship and affair with Tamar. And now he's offering himself. Judah is offering himself in Ben's place. He's willing to stand in the place of Benjamin if he'll let Benjamin go. There's a change of heart here. There's something that is significantly different here, and it's remarkable, and it shows the way that God can work to soften a hardened heart and bring about a sense of one's failure. Joseph finally cannot take it anymore. He cries out and says, I am Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. Don't be angry with yourselves, he says. God sent me here before you. It'd be hard, wouldn't it, if you knew that all of your siblings had staged this and rejected you and got rid of you and you now all these years, and you've been in prison all this time, and instead of being bitter and angry and accusing and all this, rather, he sees now that this is the finger of God that brought him to where he's at. So he says to the brothers, so it's not you who sent me here, but God who sent me here. Joseph could have been bitter, but he recognized the sovereignty of God. He sends for his father. Pharaoh hears and about it, welcomes his entire family home, offers Goshen, the best of the land, for the family. And I just say, can you imagine what Jacob's response must have been when they went to him and said, Joseph is alive? Oh, I'll tell you what, it's a lesson in here about how we must see the sovereignty of God, even in the most ugly situations, the rejections, maybe you've been misrepresented, mistreated. We cannot allow bitterness to get a hold of us. We must let it go and realize that if we truly are surrendering to the Lordship of Christ, then he governs and navigates everything in our life to his honor and to his glory.